How's it going, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here. I'm going to wrap up this game tonight. Game 3, Rockford Icehogs and Grand Rapids Griffins. Icehogs lose in overtime. Final score was 4-3. Um, Hogs were down by 2 goals, kept it pretty even the first half of the game there, but got down late in the game by 2. Drew Commesso in net, but they fight back, get to overtime. Unfortunately, it does not go our way. But let me roll the intro really quick, and I'll get into the lineup. Yeah, so let's go through the lineup first before I get into the scoring details. Right, let's just take a look at the lines for tonight. Same combos as last game. Sini, Sanford, Pitlick on that top line. Tepley, Philp, Reichel on that second line. I still like how Tepley and Reichel played. Lucas Reichel has looked very, very confident out there. The way he skates, the way he handles the puck, just very confident. Unfortunately, did not have a point tonight. I don't believe. I will check up on that when I check out the scoring. But yeah, but very noticeable in the game and all the games so far. Game 1, game 2, I thought he's played very well. Just haven't hasn't put the puck in the back of the net yet, but he definitely looks like he's confident out there, and that's really good to see. Line 3 here: Hardman, Cates, Doc. I haven't seen much from Doc tonight in that game 3. Got roughed up a little in the first period there. A bit of a dirty hit to the seemed like it was to the head, or just might have been upper body, but a high hit on Doc there. So hoping he is fine with that. Look at the line 4 here: Baddock, Lightman, and David Gus. Thought that David Gus would make a little something happen. Just looking at his totals the last 2 years, a big contributor, but did not get anything to go tonight. So unfortunate for that. Let's take a look at the D pairings: Kaiser, Roos, Phillips, Crevier, Delmastro, and Strand. I feel like Delmastro should probably be up with someone a little more mobile, right? Just seeing how EDM, Ethan Delmastro, how he handles the puck and skates. I think he could use someone a little more mobile, possibly Roos or Kaiser, if they could play the offside, right, on the right, and Delmastro could stay on the left side. I think that would help him out a little more. That would be cool. Isaac Phillips, not a great game. Luke Crevier looked fine, but yeah, up and down game. Got down by 2, but fought back and got to overtime. So nice to see that, but did not pull away with the win. Drew Commesso in that tonight. He started game 2 as well. Um, Only allowed 1 goal the last game, right? And tonight uh, played very stout, very solid in that. Those 2 other goals weren't really his fault. One of them might have been a little soft, right? But not going to kill him for that. So we'll see who gets in the net for game 4. Possibly Stauber gets the start there. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but definitely a good game from Camacho, right? Even though he did give up those, I guess 4 total, right? 3 regulation, but thought he had a pretty solid game. Uh, kept kept the Hogs in the game for most of the game, right? Just very solid in that first period, like 20 shots on net in the first period. So good performance from him. Unfortunate, we just couldn't put the puck in the net enough, right? in OT to close out the comeback, right? Because that would have been awesome. Um, a little news from the Icehogs before we get into the stats here. They have released forwards Nick Lardis, Martin Misiak, and Alex Ferrand. So they'll be going home for vacation. I guess they came here just for a little professional training, right? Believe they only got in one game. I think it was the last game of the season before the Calder playoffs started. So I guess they just got some time to train and work out here. But good to see that. So they'll be going home, I guess, right? Let's take a look at the game stats for tonight. Taking a look at the shots on goal, 30 total for Rockford, 7 in the first. Just not good enough, right? And when you look at Grand Rapids, they had 19 shots in the first. Drew Comesso kept all 19 out of the net, right? Uh, Second period, Rockford had 13 shots on net, and Grand Rapids, they scored on the first shot on net, but they had 10 that period. But 42 total for Grand Rapids and 30 for Rockford, so just gave up way too many shots. Got to put a body in front of some of those shots and block some shots, right? Because that really does help out the goalie big time. So first period, no score. Looking at the second period here, about 24 seconds into that second period, Marco Casper from Edmondson and Shine. Casper gets on the board there. Past Comesso. With 30 seconds left in that second period, Rem Pitlick gets on the board, ties up the game. And I do believe that was the crazy bounce. And he sort of batted it in. Rem Pitlick, just a lucky play. Really cool play for Rem Pitlick to tie up the game with, right? So that's nice to see that. So 1-1 going into the third period. Austin Charnick, he scores for the Griffins about a minute into that third period. So not fun to see. Um, a goal go in, within a minute of the period starting. Just not very fun to see that. But Soderblom, Elmer Soderblom, Arvid Soderblom's brother, right? He scores about 9 minutes into that third period, so it's 3-1 at that point. About 10 minutes into that third period there. Zach Sanford, he gets on the board 16 minutes in from Roos and Pitlick. Good goal for him there. I think he does have that bubble on as well on his helmet. So obviously something happened there, right? Let's look at Jackson Cates. He scored about a minute later, tied up the game from Sini and Gust. So good to see Sini and Gus contribute there, right? This is a big series here for this first round, and Ice Hogs are down 2-1 now. So going back to the BMO uh, Center, right in Rockford, we'll see how that game goes. Hopefully, we could tie up the series here, right? But Jonathan Berggren, he wins for the Griffins in overtime from Carter Mazer. He was a bit of a nuisance, basically the whole series, right? A couple of dirty plays here and there from him. I could see what kind of player he is, right? And yeah, the Griffins score about 8 minutes into that overtime. So a little time went by, a few momentum shifts back and forth, but Griffins did pot in the goal there to take the W, right? 2-1 for the Griffins. So let's tighten up here. Hopefully, tie up the series in Rockford. That would be awesome to see because would love our prospects to get more experience, right, in these AHL playoffs. I think that would be awesome for them. Let's take a look at anything else here. Believe that is all for Ice Hogs and Griffins. Final score 4-3. Let's tie up that series in Rockford now. That would be awesome to see. Any more tidbits pop up? Let me see if I can find anything here. Anything from the Hawks side? Yes, the Team Canada team. Men's Worlds, right? Connor Bedard will be there for the World Championship, right? Let's take a look at the forward group for Team Canada. Connor Bedard, they just put him right on the top there. Michael Bunting, Macklin Celebrini, that's awesome. Potential teammate. Let's cross our fingers here. Dylan Cousins, that's cool from the Sabres. Adam Fantilli from the Blue Jackets. Ridley Gregg, Dylan Gunther. He was also on Team Canada, right, for the World Juniors with Bedard and Fantilli, so that's cool to see that. Andrew Mangiapane, Jack McBain, Jared McCann, Dawson Mercer, Brandon Tannen. So a mixed bunch of forwards, right? Some very young players. I mean, Celebrini, that's crazy to see him up there now with Bedard. That's awesome to see. Fantilli. Let's take a look at the defense now. Bowen Byram, younger player, right? Caden Gooley from the Habs, right? Younger player. Jamie Oleksiak, a bit of an older player. Would just didn't see that coming there. Jamie Oleksiak, that's a little weird. Colton Pareko, good player, right? From the Blues. Owen Power from the Sabres. Nice to see. Damon Severson and Olin Zellweger from the World Juniors roster, right? With Bedard and Fantilli and all of them. Goaltenders, this seems a bit problematic, right? Jordan Bennington, Nico Dawes, Joe Hofer from the Blues as well, I believe, with Bennington. So two Blues goalies, Nico Dawes, and I believe he is on the Devils. Uh, yeah, weird goalie room, right? We'll see how that works out. I haven't seen any of the other rosters yet from the World Championships, but that's not a very strong goaltending group. Yeah, weird. But let's hope they play well because I'm not very impressed by that. Let's take a look at anything else here. Let's see. Yeah, from the Chicago Wolves, they have entered into a 3-year affiliation agreement with the Carolina Hurricanes, right? So they're just joining back up again, right? Beginning next season. Um, I I pretty much, I think we all knew that that wasn't going to work out. Just being independent like that as an AHL team. Looking at the AHL, it's basically just a farm system for the NHL, right? It's good to have that, and I think the team should utilize those AHL affiliates more, right? Just for development, and I think it's definitely leaning that way now, right? With GMKD, so that's awesome to see, and yeah, good for the Wolves and good for the Kings. I'm not too far from the Wolves here. They're over there in Rosemont, but yeah, cool just to see that. Um, link again, right, with the Hurricanes. But that pretty much wraps up the Hawks news, Team Canada, Icehogs, and Griffins. And I don't know when the next game is. It could be Monday or Tuesday, possibly. I don't think it's Sunday. Let's take a look at this really quick. So today's game is on Friday night. Let's see when the next matchup is. Friday, it will be on Sunday. Okay, it's on Sunday in Rockford, 4 p.m. Central Time, puck drop. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. That will be game 4, and let's hope the Hogs tie it up here because that would be great for all the prospects and just more hockey to watch, right? AHL, right? Hogs hockey. So that would be cool to see, and we'll see you then. Sunday night after Hogs and Griffins. We'll see you. Let's go Hogs and Hogs.